Hello, 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 good people. Hello, good people. I am Dr. Holly Kelly, and this is Dr. Kelly's Perspective for, typically it's a wonderful Wednesday. I will admit that this has been a weary Wednesday. I will just put it like that, a weary Wednesday. But I wanted to come to you for a moment. Hey, Bridget. Hey, Bridget, we need to do a Zoom sisters catch up. So this thought occurred to me, and it reminded me of times in the past when you have, and this doesn't necessarily, this shoe can fit all of us. This shoe can fit all of us. Anytime you find yourself in a position where you are saying, oh my goodness, I can't stand how they don't tell us anything until the last minute. Then this is big old plan and we got to jump through hoops to make sure it happens. I hate when they do that. If we've said things like that, if we've said things like, why can't she go back and why can't he push back on that? Everything is a yes to them, and we are just getting buried. We are drowning under our workload because they don't push back on anything from up above. If you've ever said that, if you've ever said anything along the lines of, how many times do we have to tell them this? How many times do we have to tell them this? They just can't get it right. Okay, send them another memo, tell them again. I don't know why they keep sending it down here wrong. If we've said things a lot like that along the way, my caution is always to ensure that, make sure another office, another department, another team, 3, 4, 5 swim lanes over, is not saying the same thing with your name at the end of the sentence. Make sure your department, your team's name is not at the end of their sentence, is at the end of somebody else's complaint. Make sure it's not at the end of someone else's irritation and source of frustration. Because too often it is. We do all this complaining, and I'm not even saying some of it's not right. Some of it's not earned complaints. But when we do all of this and then do not remember that when we're in that position, I promise you, somebody's going to be doing the same complaining, but your name, your team, your department's name will be at the end of their sentence. And so if we're ever to get better, if we're ever to grow from, when we rise and make progress in our professional careers, we should be learning along the way to make sure it's better by the time we get there, to make sure we are on point and teaching our teams, teaching our departments to be the same. So here it is. The next time you open your mouth to complain or vent frustration and irritation about someone, some other team, some other department, how they can't get it right, how they're always messing it up, stop and make sure you've got all of your links checked so that no one gets to put your name or the group that you're responsible for at the end of their complaint. Yeah. How about that? Okay. Just consider that. Consider that. Even if you have to do a retroactive memory jog to say, oh yeah, that irritates me, make sure you are not the source of someone else's irritation or complaint. Thank you for joining me. I am hopeful that you're taking real good care of yourselves, especially during times like this. Physically taking care of yourselves, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, absolutely financially. Take real good care of yourselves.